Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing more than just listing phrases. We're really looking at intentional communication.
Exactly.
We've taken a whole stack of sources and boiled them down to, well, 10 power phrases.
Right.
The idea is to help you move from just being in meetings to, actually leading them.
Yeah, this is really a deep dive into the language that signals leadership. We're aiming beyond just standard polite English.
Right.
We're focusing on specific tools, linguistic tools that show competence, help structure the discussion, and, crucially, drive action. It's about finding that sort of psychological edge these phrases can give you.
Okay, let's get straight into it then. Starting off, setting the stage. If you want to ground the conversation in data, in purpose, you need a decisive opening. So that brings us to phrase one. Let's kick off the discussion by reviewing. For instance, maybe reviewing last month's key financial metrics. It just, bang, directs focus, sets the agenda right away.
And, once that data's out there, you need to state your view clearly, but without causing unnecessary conflict. So we look at phrase two. From my perspective, I believe.
Okay.
What's really effective there is that first part, from my perspective. It frames it as your view, sure, but it still lets you assert your position firmly. Like, say, arguing the budget allocation is maybe a bit too conservative. It invites discussion, not a fight.
Right, that makes sense. Now, okay, let's talk about the trickier part. Navigating that necessary friction. Disagreement. It happens, right?
Always.
But it doesn't have to kill the professional vibe. The source is really stress leading with, emotional intelligence here. Which leads us to phrase three. I see your point, but I have a slight concern about.
Yeah, and that structure is just so important. You start with, I see your point. That validates the other person, kind of lowers their defenses. Then you bring in the disagreement gently, using a slight concern, instead of just blurting out, I disagree.
Yeah.
It lets you challenge something, maybe the timeline, while keeping things respectful.
And what about when you need more detail? You should just say, tell me more.
Yeah.
It's a bit vague.
Right.
If someone offers a solution, you'd use phrase four. Could you elaborate on the potential risks of that solution? The word elaborate, that's the professional standard for asking for more depth, isn't it?
Absolutely. Elaborate is definitely the go-to there. And similarly, sometimes you just have to jump in quickly, maybe with a critical piece of data before the moment passes.
Right. The interruption.
Yeah, but politely. Instead of just talking over someone, you use phrase five. May I interject quickly to share a related data point? You're asking permission, but it basically ensures your vital info gets heard right when it needs to be.
Okay, so we've set the stage, handled potential conflict. Now we need to build unity. Alignment tools. We sometimes forget to actually voice agreement, don't we?
We do. A nod isn't always enough.
So, when you genuinely agree, use phrase six. I completely agree. It sounds simple, but saying it out loud, well, it actively builds that team cohesion, reinforces you're all moving together.
That's right. It's an active tool. And if things start to drift off track, you need a way to pull everyone back to the main objectives. Phrase 8 is great for this. We need to be on the same page regarding the objectives for this quarter.
Unifying.
Exactly. It shifts focus from maybe individual arguments back to the shared goal.
Okay, alignment achieved. Now, driving outcomes and managing time, these are like hallmarks of real leadership in meetings. You've got to close the loop, secure a decision.
Yes.
That's where phrase 7 comes in. Does everyone agree to move forward with this initial proposal? It kind of forces a clear yes or no.
Yeah.
Stops endless circling.
And, well, what if a discussion is just getting too bogged down, too complex for the time you have left? You can't let it derail everything.
Right.
That's the power of phrase 9, the time management tool. Let's table this discussion for the next meeting. And it's really key to understand what tabling usually means in this context.
Yeah, what does it mean? Postponing?
Exactly, postponing. It's not killing the idea. It's intentionally setting it aside to respect the current meeting's time. Very useful.
Perfect. Okay, last step. You need to make the action plan official. Use phrase 10. To summarize the key takeaways, we will execute. Maybe execute the plan in 2 specific phases. This makes sure everyone walks away knowing exactly what's next, who's doing what.
So wrapping this up for you, the listener, these 10 phrases, they aren't just nice-to-haves or just polite words. They're strategic levers.
Yeah, for immediate professional impact.
They really are.
They're kind of a shortcut to being seen as the one driving the discussion, making things happen.
Absolutely. So our challenge to you is pretty straightforward. Knowledge is, well, it's only valuable if you actually use it.
True.
So, in your very next meeting, your next professional interaction, try to consciously use one of these. Maybe the agreement builder, phrase 6, I completely agree. Or if you need more info, phrase 4, could you elaborate? Just pick one, practice it, and actually observe. See if you notice that immediate shift in your impact, in your presence.